Southern Ontario was reeling today after a devastating winter storm turned a major stretch of Highway 401 into a scene of unparalleled destruction and chaos. The relentless, fast-moving blizzard, characterized by total whiteout conditions and intense lake-effect blizzards, triggered a series of multi-vehicle crashes involving dozens of passenger vehicles and heavy-duty trucks, effectively paralyzing the country's busiest transportation corridor. Emergency services were overwhelmed, with reports of deaths and numerous critical injuries mounting as rescue efforts battled the severe weather. The main disaster zone stretches 40 kilometers between London and Ingersoll in southwestern Ontario, an area notoriously prone to sudden, blinding blizzards that come from Lake Erie and Lake Huron. The Ontario Provincial Police Western Region Detachment has confirmed that both the eastbound and westbound lanes of the highway are completely impassable. Authorities have officially declared a mass casualty incident and urged all motorists to avoid the area, issuing an absolute no-travel warning for the entire region as the storm shows no signs of abating. Witnesses described the sudden and terrifying onset of conditions around 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Visibility, previously poor, reportedly dropped to 0 meters within minutes as a band of intense snow moved in. Snowfall rates were extreme, with Environment Canada reporting localized rainfall of up to 10 centimeters per hour, driven by wind gusts exceeding 70 kilometers per hour. This combination created an instant ground blizzard and a deadly phenomenon known as a whiteout. It was like driving into a wall of cotton, recalled Jackie Lemmink, a stranded motorist who witnessed several crashes in front of her vehicle before traffic came to a complete standstill. There was no warning. One moment you could see taillights, the next it was just white. Then you heard the sound of metal grinding everywhere. The result was not a single accident, but a continuous chain of separate crashes in both directions. The largest crash involved an estimated 50 to 70 vehicles near the Putnam Road exit, where several overturned tractor trailers had created an impenetrable barricade. Several fuel tanks on commercial vehicles ruptured during the collision, causing massive fires to erupt amid the debris, complicating rescue operations and releasing toxic fumes into the freezing air. Hundreds of drivers and passengers, including families with small children, remained trapped in their vehicles, some for more than 8 hours now, as emergency crews struggled to reach them through the thick snow and debris. Temperatures dropped rapidly, with wind gusts making it feel like minus 25 degrees Celsius, raising urgent concerns about hypothermia and frostbite. "We have our son with us, who has Asperger's, so he's not comfortable," Craig Sears said in a phone interview from his vehicle, stuck near Ingersoll. "It's very worrying for him because we've literally been sitting here for 5 hours, with no response from the police." Stranded motorists were forced to shut off their engines intermittently to conserve their rapidly dwindling fuel supplies. Police used social media to issue a desperate plea to those stranded. "Stay in your vehicles. Walking on the side of the highway or road is extremely dangerous. Please be patient. We are working as hard as we can to clear the roadway," urged OPP Sergeant Ed Sanchuk in a video update posted on X. The scale of the incident has overwhelmed local firefighters, paramedics, and police. Additional support was mobilized from the Greater Toronto Area and surrounding areas, but travel on all secondary roads is also hazardous. The main challenge facing first responders is simply reaching the crash site. Snowplows are unable to keep up with the rate of snowfall and the volume of broken down and damaged vehicles blocking access routes. Heavy tow trucks, crucial for removing the colossal semi-trailer involved in the crash, are moving very slowly. Helicopter medical evacuation efforts, Orange Air Ambulance, have been cancelled due to near-zero visibility and severe turbulence caused by high winds. This means all injured parties must be transported by ground ambulance to hospitals in London, Woodstock, and Brantford, a journey that takes hours longer than usual due to the weather conditions. This disaster serves as a grim reminder of the power of Ontario's winter weather. Authorities emphasize that many of these incidents could have been prevented if drivers adjusted their speed to the conditions. We have officers stopping drivers going 130 kilometers per hour in these snowy, slippery conditions, said a frustrated OPP spokesperson in Eastern Ontario today, referring to incidents across the province. Speed kills, especially when visibility is lost in an instant. As night fell, the situation on Highway 401 remained volatile and dangerous. The closure was expected to remain in effect for at least another 24 to 48 hours as crews worked to control the fire, extricate victims, and clear hundreds of thousands of pounds of tangled steel and debris. The death toll was expected to rise significantly by morning. For the latest updates on road closures and weather warnings, please check official sources such as the Ontario Ministry of Transportation website or Environment Canada's weather warnings. We are seeing a high prevalence of crush injuries, explained Dr. Finch. When massive vehicles collide at speed, the human body can withstand only so much force. We are dealing with extensive internal injuries, spinal trauma, and severe fractures that require complex surgical procedures. A significant number of patients are also battling hypothermia, a result of being trapped in their disabled vehicles for hours in sub-zero temperatures while rescue operations were hindered by the persistent blizzard conditions. For some victims trapped in or near the vehicles that caught fire, smoke inhalation and related respiratory issues compounded their injuries. One of the more insidious threats is carbon monoxide poisoning. Trapped drivers running their engines to stay warm in the gridlock inadvertently exposed themselves to the lethal gas as exhaust systems were blocked by deep snow or damaged in collisions. Several patients were admitted showing severe signs of CO toxicity, requiring immediate hyperbaric oxygen therapy, which necessitated an emergency transfer to a larger facility in London, Ontario. In the face of unprecedented strain, the staff at Woodstock Hospital have been hailed as heroes. Nurses, physicians, and support staff, many of whom had finished their shifts or were called in from home, worked tirelessly for over 12 hours straight. The hospital quickly discharged all medically stable patients to free up beds and divert resources to the incoming casualties. The response from our team has been nothing short of extraordinary, said a visibly emotional hospital administrator, who declined to be named. We had staff walking for kilometers through the snow just to get here to help their community. The local community has rallied as well. Nearby restaurants and residents dropped off hot meals and blankets for first responders and waiting families in the hospital's overflowing waiting room. A local church opened its doors as a temporary warming and information center for families desperately seeking news of loved ones involved in the crash. As the snow finally begins to subside tonight, a grim calm has settled over the hospital. While the immediate rush of incoming patients has slowed, the long-term impact on the facility and the victims is just beginning to be felt. The hospital has implemented a temporary visitor restriction policy to manage the influx of personnel and resources.
4:30 in the morning here.
Authorities are preparing for a potentially higher death toll as heavy recovery teams use specialized equipment to clear the mangled wreckage on the 401 tomorrow. The hospital is now focused on supporting the survivors through their long recovery journey and providing grief counseling for families who received the worst possible news today. Our hearts go out to the families who have lost loved ones in this tragedy, Dr. Finch concluded. We will continue to provide the best care possible to those fighting for their lives. For information on patient conditions and family reunification, a dedicated hotline has been established by the OPP in coordination with the hospital. The hospital's chief of staff, Dr. Alistair Finch, provided a somber update to media late this evening, confirming that at least 4 victims transported to their facility have succumbed to their injuries, bringing the total number of fatalities linked to the local crash site higher.
And got a foot on